Hello. Oh, hold up. Gotta get my AirPods working. Sorry. Just one moment. Come on. Come on. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. Hey, hope you're doing good. I hope you had a wonderful um, New Year's and holiday time, and whichever way you celebrate. We had a really sweet kind of enforced staycation. I love to travel, but I really love a staycation too. It took about 10 days off and um, just very quiet and enjoyed and read some and cleaned out a closet kind of stuff that I can never have time to do normally. So it was wonderful. I hope you're doing great. So today I am just continuing on my little morning Path of Joy card activities. And the one today is under this loving section. And the first one was something loving for me or for my mind. The second one was something loving for my body. And the third one is something loving for someone else. And that's the one I want to talk about today. So this is just the nicest one. And because it's a daily practice, I mean, it can be weekly or monthly, whatever you want to do, but I try to do it daily. Um, I set it daily anyway. Um, it can just be the smallest thing. This does not need to be anything huge. And the purpose of it, of course, is to it just get your attention. There's so many beautiful purposes, but there's so many, it just gets your attention out of yourself. And bringing joy to other people is a major contributor to finding joy yourself. I think you'll find that in, I don't know all the great spiritual traditions, but um, certainly in all the major ones that I know of, being loving towards somebody else, giving to someone else, is a path to feeling joyful yourself. So I often talk about this. His Holiness Dalai Lama of Tibet often talks about selfish altruism, and this is a perfect example of that. So when you give to others, and I this can be service or a gift or kind words. It doesn't You don't have to be giving something. Um, that it's uh, absolutely contributes to your well-being, your state of mind, your success, your happiness, and that when you give to others, even no matter your intention, it always comes back to you. And to me, it seems like it multiplies and comes back to you in really beautiful ways. And it may be 10 years, it may be another lifetime, you may not know, right? But it comes back to you in really sweet ways. So, just some examples of of a way that you can do something loving for somebody else is anything. So, many acts of service. You could, I mean, COVID really shuts down some of our possibilities, but there are still so many. So, in non-COVID times, you could go visit a friend, bring something to someone who's sick, send flowers to somebody who's down, write a note to somebody who's, um, you know, feeling some kind of difficulty or going through something difficult. Um, you can do something like physical service. If you live with people, you could do something that you don't usually do. You could clean something that you don't usually clean, or cook something that you don't usually cook. Like you could cook dinner, kind of thing. This is something that like I really hate to cook, and so I very seldom cook. But this is like a reminder to myself I could do that too. Um, you could call your mom. You could call somebody who, if you live with people during COVID, and people who don't live with other people, you could call somebody who lives alone. And and if you have, if money's a problem, you could write somebody a nice note, um, let them know um, something that they've done that you felt kind of grateful for at some point. So they're just, and it goes up. You could do really big gestures if you want to. Like, because this is a daily practice, I often just think of something, something I could say, somebody I could call, a card, or an act, a small, simple act that I can take to do something loving for somebody else. And bonus points if it doesn't matter if the people know or don't know, but I think there's kind of there's an extra wonderfulness if you do something that people don't know about it. So try that sometime. Like, do something for somebody that they don't. You do it like kind of like Secret Santa, or you do it like anonymously, so that they don't know that it's you, and then you really experience that feeling of just the deep joy of giving and loving, which is really marvelous. And I'll just end. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those Oprah Super Soul Sundays. They're just wonderful. I see them on YouTube. I don't know if it used to be a TV show. I don't know what it was, but it's Oprah Super Soul Sunday. I see it on YouTube. And she did one with, and now I've forgotten the man's name, but he's the man who wrote Tuesdays with Morrie. So Morrie is Morrie, who was an older friend of his. I think it was a professor that was dying of Lou Gehrig's disease, and this man went to visit him every Tuesday for like almost a year or something as he was dying, and just learned these really beautiful lessons. And one of the things, one of the stories that he recounted in this episode, I thought was really wonderful, and that was that that these people would come to see. This guy would go every week, and I've totally forgotten his name, but anyway, this guy would go every week, and there would be other people there to see this Morrie. And he said sometimes they would say, as they were waiting to go in to see the man, they would say, uh, I'm I just have the intention of being cheerful, cheering him up, and making him happy. Like, when I go, I'm not gonna like talk about my problems or anything. But they would go in there, and then 30, 40 minutes later, they would come out, and they would be sobbing because like he would talk to them about, he would ask them about their problems, talk to them about their problems, kind of give them service. And the the man who wrote the book, whose name I just totally lost, said that he went in and asked his friend Morrie, like, Morrie, why do you do that? Like, you're dying, and why don't you just, you've earned it, why don't you just receive the love and like let the people cheer you up and just receive their service. And he said that the man said, why would I take from people in that way? Taking to me feels like dying. Giving is living. And it was like, wow. So you really see it in his situation, that when he gave to people of his time and his attention and his love by listening to them, about their problems and advising them or trying to guide them, that he really, that to him was living, and that to just lay there and like receive their help, it was like dying. So anyway, I thought that was really powerful, and I think, and that was kind of a good message, I thought, for this practice, which is the same thing. It's like living is giving. So try it out if you feel like it. Do something loving for somebody else. Okay, guys, talk to you soon. I've got some really exciting news coming up soon. If you haven't, if you're not on I will announce things here somewhat, but if you're, the best way to get it is through my email list. And the best way to get on my email list is to go to my homepage, the website, which is YolandaObannon.com. So YolandaObannon.com. And on there, on the main page, at the top image, it's something about, do you know how to get unstuck or something? And it says sign up here or submit. So if you sign up for that free mini guide, you will be on my newsletter list, and then I will be sending you some news. Okay, guys, hope you're doing great. Bye. Nice to see you again.